What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Subi Shaves video with me on a beautiful morning. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. I'm going to say right now, Subi smiles to all of you and squad goals. Thank you so much for clicking into the shave video today and for joining me. Whether you're a brand new person to the channel or somebody that's coming back, thank you again for giving the channel your trust, your support, your enthusiasm and love, and for being here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having a beautiful morning wherever you're watching from, and hopefully you've got something cold in your hand and you're sitting in a comfy chair. Will it on in, get comfortable, and welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here for a battle shave today. I'm absolutely super excited. Just recently, we were talking about the Leaf Shave's Berry Thorn razor that released for the springtime, right? This was a razor that was released in their berry blue finish, and it was a limited run thing, but the Thorn is still available from Leaf. It's one of my favorite razors from Leaf. It's a single-edged razor that uses half DE razor blades, which is becoming more popular, right? The snap blade, or as I like to do, I trim them with scissors, but they're becoming more popular. And as we see here, the Yaqi brand has now released their version in stainless steel, right? They operate differently, whereas the Leaf Thorn, right, unscrews and screws from the bottom and is a single piece razor. The Yaqi is actually stainless steel. It is a three-piece razor, and it is really functional with any of their three-piece handle designs. Both razors utilize, like I said, a half blade. There is a DE razor blade. It can be a snap blade or it can be a trimmed blade. When I preface that, they can be either or. Like I said, I use scissors for mine, but today we're going to be comparing them side by side, and I'm absolutely thrilled. From the moment I set eyes on the Yaqi Tachi razor, I was like, I have to know how it compares to the Leaf Thorn, and I know a lot of other users have wondered the same thing because they've reached out to me, they've sent me messages and said, can we see these side by side? Well, I say today we do it. We compare the Tachi versus the Thorn. Who's excited for it? I know I am. Single edge battle, and it's going to be awesome because we're using half DE razor blades, as I like to call it, or as I recalled it way back in the day, right? When we first started the SE/D or the DE/S, right? DE blades, but it's using a single edge of the DE blade. I'm really excited, and I hope wherever you're watching from, you are too. Thank you again for being here. Today we're gonna be rocking out with Signature from Arianna and Evans. I am thrilled. I'm really excited to be showcasing and using this again. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Signature scent from Arianna and Evans, and the reason why is because of this. I am almost out of this beautiful scent from Peter over at Arianna and Evans. It's in their K2 base. This for me, I love. It smells smoky, it smells spicy, and it smells a little like booze. I've mentioned it before. It almost is gourmand for me. It smells like, it has like this cinnamon note to it, the kind of vanilla that mixes it together and kind of reminds me of cookies almost. I love this. I reached out to Peter. I was like, is that bourbon undertone? I love this. And he's like, well, yeah, I had to mix bourbon into it. It's my signature scent. I love this scent from Peter. I have the full thing. We're using the trifecta today, the signature scent. And I want to just mention this. I'm going to make it really loud. I'm going to put it on the channel. I am absolutely devastated that they didn't start the ultimate line with Signature. I understand they want to go off with a brand new scent and start with Tobacco Road. But Signature is so good. It's so solid. It smells absolutely fantastic. It's bougie. It's complex. It smells sophisticated. It smells expensive. And every time I wear it, I get asked, what is that? Somebody comes up to me someplace and I will ask almost every single time. It's phenomenal. It lathers up really good. I made sure to showcase that in the lather video. But take a look here. It doesn't suck. It smells as good as it lathers. I love this stuff. And I told Peter the same thing. I said, I really wish we saw this in Ultima. Look at this stuff. I had so much fun doing the face shave just because I forgot how easily it paints on. I mean, it really is phenomenal. It smells so good. Thick, hydrated, easy to work lather that really, it provides a lot of slickness and support and cushion. We're rocking out with that Signature series, the Mojo. You know I'm using the Mojo. This right here has started to dominate all of my shaves. I apologize to everyone that has sent me knots and brushes, and the brushes that I've purchased. I apologize to my wife for all the brushes I've bought. I love that brush from Gary. He calls it his lifetime brush, you know what I mean? Because you use it for your whole lifetime, and then you pass it on to someone else's lifetime. I love this. I think it's phenomenal. It's a heritage piece. It's a piece you buy and then you pass down. It's a legacy brush, and I love it. The Mojo Signature series, worth every penny I purchased. Okay, let's do the razors. I'm really excited. Again, like I said, Yaqi did send this razor over for review, so I did not actually purchase this razor, and it was sent to me pre-production. I had reached out to them when I saw the prototype pictures and said, I want to use this, I wanted to try it, and I want to compare it to this razor, which really dominated a lot of my SE shaves. The single-edged half-DE razor blade from Leaf, the Thorn razor. I absolutely love this. It is a fantastic, easy, daily drivable razor that's medium aggressive, right? It has some kick to it, so you can get nicks and issues if you go in pressing. But if you're used to a safety razor, or if you like a more efficient shave, I love this razor. And from the moment I saw the Tachi, I was like, it's in a comparable price point, and I was just so curious how they stacked up. Now, when you set them side by side, you'll notice there's a lot of gap on the side of the razor of the Tachi versus the Thorn. You see how much more material is on the side of the blade versus the two razors? You feel that. This feels more substantial. It feels like there's more heft. And the odd part is they are almost identical in this format. We're using the Chip and Dale handle with the Tachi head. Again, this is all Yaqi equipment. And then this is just, like I said, the standard from Leaf. This is going to net you 72-ish grams. I did weigh it with the new screw. Now, originally, they were using a shorter screw that was like 69 grams total, but their new screw puts it up a little bit more in the 71, 72-ish grams. And this is 73 or 74, depending on my scale and the accuracy. So they're almost identical in this format. One is stainless steel. The other is a ZMAC coated product that's made for like mass manufacturing, mass production. Honestly, weight-wise, the handle feels more balanced on the Yaqi side right here, with the weight being distributed right over that knuckle, whereas the Leaf Thorn almost wants to slide up and then it's going to rest like right here. Very interestingly, I get the support. You can see my fingers here are just ever slightly different, but not bad as far as balance points. I really like both razors. Now, on the face shave, right, and the neck shave, what I noticed is that the Yaqi ended up taking off a little bit more stubble on this right side when we did the cross pass than the Leaf side. Here's the difference: is on the skin, this has slightly less blade fill and definitely is probably a half step less aggressive, using super efficient Wizamet super Iridium blades, which is what we're using today. This right here, I'm using 48 hours of growth. For anybody curious, we're on 48 hours for the battle. This Yaqi Tachi is definitely going to be slightly, probably a half step up as far as aggressiveness goes, at least for my skin. But again, it kind of shaves odd with the blade profile being a little bit elongated. We're going to feel how it does on the head shave today. I've used the Tachi now 10 times. I spent a solid week with the Tachi razor. I love the Tachi. But what I found is after about 6 straight uses, I used it for about 6 straight days, this corner ended up being more irritative than I would want. If you look at the Thorn razor, where it's nice and smooth, daily drivable, I mean, you're not going to ever have a problem with that corner. I ended up having a little bit more irritation than I'd want from just this corner. So what I did is I buffed it down. But I want to mention that I didn't have problems when I was using it, one off every other day, things like that. But when I tried to use it daily, that corner was more irritative, and I did buff it and polish it, and now it's nice and smooth. So I just wanted to do a call out there. Price-wise, the Thorn product is going to be cheaper. This right here is going to net you about $80, $85 fully assembled, whereas the Leaf is about $69. And we do have a discount code below with Leaf, as they are a channel affiliate, right? They do back the channel, so that gives us an ability to offer you the razor for a slightly discounted price, which I like. That just gives it a small slight edge. And I also think that when people start looking at the two razors, they're going to like the Leaf product just because of availability, right? This is available on Amazon. It's available from them. It's available on most retail manufacturing that sell wet shaving stuff, because Leaf's everywhere now. So I like that, obviously, just for accessibility. Getting a Yaqi into the States is going to take you a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks from AliExpress. Just so that's another thing to keep in mind. Let's get some shaving started. We'll start on the right side this time with the Tachi and see how it does. Keep in mind, we're using aggressive blades, but you can see here, no problems taking stubble right off with the lather on like 48 hours of growth here. It is extremely smooth. Yeah, this razor for me, it's more aggressive for sure. The Tachi feels more aggressive. It feels more aggressive than their earlier counterpart, the Katana, as well, which is interesting. It's the crazy thing is when you get that blade angle perfect, that head angle, which is a little bit more shallow than I use with the Katana, Boy, is that nice. Oh, so when I talk about the SE/D or the DE/S razor, right, I love these razors because it made head shaving so easy. It's one less edge you have to worry about. I had a bunch of people reach out when I first started wet shaving and was doing the channel and was talking about, you know, SEs in the DE market, right? DE bladed SEs. And I was super excited about them. They're like, why do you love these so much? I love them because it takes out that extra edge for people that are used to cartridge shaving. I like SEs for that reason, because the majority of the world, right, we're not wet shavers, we are using cartridge razors, and most cartridge razors use a single side. And so it's what people are used to, and it's a little, at least for me, it was a little less daunting. This is very smooth, very efficient. Holy cow, I love how the performance is on this razor. I love the counterweight of this head versus the handle. They should sell it just like this. I think it looks phenomenal, and I think it shaves as good as it looks. Take a look. It is wiping it off and taking it down. Woo! Talk about a leprechaun-only kind of shaver here. Pot of gold under a rainbow. That is something else. That's like mallows in a bowl on a spoon of excellence. We've got the fantastic Signature Series. Just smelling so good and fresh. And honestly, this is just a shave that I have wanted to do. I absolutely love getting to pick up 2 SE razors, and to do it with the Tachi razor is just so exciting. I know for a couple years, a lot of us asked, we said, please somebody release a good DE bladed stainless steel 3-piece razor. Yaqi did it, and I think they did it well. I really like the way that shaves. Very, very good. Very close. You saw how fast. Efficient, easy. We're switching it over to the Leaf side, going with the Thorn. The razor that I know, here's the thing that's been kind of odd. So I got the berry blue, and then I started noticing there are some changes versus the variation that I had from probably 3 years ago. Okay, keep in mind, that's been 3 years. They've made some revisions. They've changed the screw mechanism. And on top of that, it's actually changed the geometry of the head. So the blade, the head now sit flush. You see that? It's weird to me every time I assemble it. I had to take a couple extra seconds when I was assembling it to look, because I'm so used to this head being offset. If you look, the blade and the head are actually nice and level now. You see that? That was not the case in the original design. The Thorns usually were off kilter, and they have changed that, which I just think is interesting. I think it's fascinating. I don't know when or how that happened, but it does look like they have changed it, modified it, and now everything's nice and straight, which is preferred, obviously. Obviously preferred. It's a very smooth, very easy, like I said, daily drivable, medium aggressive, and medium efficient razor. No, I would not put this as hyper efficient or hyper aggressive at all. I find the blade fill to be just solid, right in the middle there. Take a look. Very, very close shaver. The stubble it takes off is always surprising to me for how easy it is. It's one of those razors I used to could do like a 3.5 minute shave. If I really wanted to fly through it, oh my goodness, there you go. Beautiful shave. I have the time to talk because the shave is that fast and that close. Wow, that is good. Excellent shave. And again, if you have the chance, please don't forget to go below and drop a comment, hit that like button. And if you haven't, smash the sub button for us. That would be so helpful. I really have been going through the channel, trying to make improvements and trying to make the content as exciting and as enjoyable and as interesting as possible with, improving the photo quality, improving the intro quality. And honestly, I'm trying to make it so that it's as, interesting as it is informative. That's really my goal. What a beautiful first pass. We're going to get wiped down here. I'll see you in a second, and we'll be re-lathered up and ready for some cross passes. And we're back from lathering up. Wow, what a shave. These are just absolutely so much fun to pick up, and they are so hard to put down. I'm just absolutely enamored. I love both razors. The shave, wow, what a close call. I'm having a hard time making a prognosis here, making a judgment. I think I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Let's get the cross passes started and see how it does. Wow, yeah, it's interesting to feel the opposite side. The Tachi covers more area than the Thorn, and it just is so obvious. You know what I mean? But when you get that angle right, look at that. So smooth, so elegant, and just absolutely efficient and really easy to nail the angle. super audible. You can hear it as it's cutting and gliding. I really like this. I can't see anything in our lather here. So I'm going to say on that first couple strokes, I wasn't able to get anything off. And that's why I was so curious and confused as to the neck shave. All I can think of is that I must have missed part of my neck, because as far as this on the post, on the dome, I really don't know, but on the dome, man, I can't feel it taking anything off. I'm trying my darndest here. There's a smudge. You see that slight ever smudge? It may be getting a little bit off on the thorn side. Let's switch it up and grab the thorn here and see. It's super smooth. It's really smooth. It's going to be one of those things where you may be able to tell a difference because it is more aggressive and it definitely is more efficient, right? I could feel that. Yeah, this is definitely less efficient. It just feels a little bit more friendly to me on my skin. That's all I'm going to say here is the thorn does feel more friendly on the skin. And I do believe part of that is just the weight dynamic and the head size, right? The geometry of the head is so much smaller on the thorn side of things. I mean, you can see here, it's just very, very autopilot for me. There's also the learning curve of I've used this razor a zillion and a half times. Take a look here. Let's see if we get any smudgery going on. Not so much. Not really, no. Definitely a clear lather there. So maybe slightly more efficient on the Yaqi side of things. Either side, I am telling you, there's no irritation. There's no problems. And it is a shave that you would reach for and have a hard time, not doing every day. That is fantastic. It is fun. It was really close. And that's why I love wet shaving, right? There's two different products with two different skin fills in a completely different material that shaves so well, and both are worth having, in my opinion. And that's part of the problem, right? You get one, why not get a couple? That's always my issue here. Both, I think, if you're a person that's looking to invest and jump into the safety razor SE style with the use of DE blades, I think either or would get you a fantastic product. Really, honestly, if you're a person looking for stainless steel at a budgetary price with an efficient head, I think the Yachi's offering is really tough to beat. But if you want to go in on a more conscious budget price and you don't mind the razor being a coated product, and maybe you even want some color, you want some zazz, you want some bling, I think the Leaf razor is definitely one that's still a high contender. The shape and size of the handle is going to be a huge preference thing. If you want to be able to change your handle out and make it, your own, the Yaqi product has the Leaf on that aspect. But again, the size of the head, if you're a person that really wants to get that as narrow as possible, to have as nimble as possible, the Leaf is going to take it on that corner. Weight-wise, you can kind of modularly change this one just because it's 3-piece. This is going to sit at that 71, 72-ish grams. I don't find that to be overly heavy. I have heard a few times, though, that some people believe the Thorn is just a little bit too short. Other people say it's perfect. It's, again, preference thing. We're grabbing a little splash here. Oh, it smells good. It smells so good. Absolutely beautiful. If you were about to go buy a high-end car and you wanted to match that kind of feeling for the day, this is perfect. Oh, absolutely bougie. It just reminds me of Peter. Really, honestly, after meeting Peter, it just reminds me of like the high-end life, right? It reminds me of being high-end. It reminds me of being top tier, top shelf, really beautiful. We're grabbing that splash. And we really laid it on heavy. We're grabbing the cologne to go on top now. And I did talk with Peter. It's an EDP, and this is important. It's a parfum. This is a very, very high-end cologne that has a lot of staying power. Very, very nice. Does not require a lot of sprays to get a like staying power that really projects and lasts. Woo! That is good stuff. That does not suck. Both razors, fan-freaking-tastic. I love the price point on both razors. I think both razors are going to provide the user a fantastic shave and a great opportunity if they've never experienced a single-edge DE-styled razor. For me, I think both stay in the den. I would not replace one with the other or vice versa. I do love the customizability of the 3-piece. I love the material, and I think the polish on that is absolutely gorgeous. Really, honestly, this razor on my right hand feels more bougie, it feels more expensive, and it feels more luxury. But when it comes down to the actual shaving portion, I think this is a little bit more aggressive and probably it has a little bit more bite than most people are going to want to reach for on the daily, especially when the corners may be slightly sharp compared to the Leaf Thorn product. Either way, both are great shavers. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy this. Like I said, I'm doing my best to bring you guys as good a quality content as I know how to do, and I'm continually trying to improve. So if you want to have feedback and you have comments and things that you want to see done on channel, don't forget to leave me that in the comments, in the like section as well. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. But until I see you guys again, Soups out.